The Good Man of Nanking, edited by Dr. Irvin Vickert. Foreword. John Rabe was born in Hamburg, Germany, on the 23rd of November, 1882. His father was a ship's captain. He died while his son was still young, so that John had to leave school after passing general exams. He then worked for a Hamburg export firm, first as an apprentice for 2.5 years, and then as an office clerk. At his boss's recommendation, he was sent to Lourenço Marques in Mozambique, a Portuguese colony in southeast Africa, where he worked for a well-established English firm. There he learned to speak fluent English. A bout of malaria forced him to return home in 1906, but he was on his way again by 1908, this time to Peking. In 1909 he went to Shanghai, where he married his childhood sweetheart from Hamburg. With only a few brief interruptions, he lived in China for the next 30 years. At first he worked for a Hamburg firm, and then in 1911 joined the Siemens branch in Peking, where he remained throughout the First World War, even though under pressure from the Allies, China declared war on Germany in 1917. He was able to convince the Chinese authorities, however, that it would be in both China's and their own best interest if he continued to run the Siemens office in Peking during the war. That sort of thing was possible in China. But in 1919, under pressure from the British, he was repatriated to Germany, along with all his fellow countrymen. German competition was not wanted. A year later, however, he returned to China via the back door of Japan and re-established the Siemens branch in Peking under the cover of a Chinese firm, until Siemens China Company was permitted to reopen with its main office in Shanghai. At first he worked in Peking and Tianjin, but from 1931 on he was the director of the Siemens branch in Nanking, which at the time was the capital of China. The firm called him home in March 1938 and transferred him to its main offices in Berlin, where, however, he was not given any position of real responsibility. In 1947 he retired at age 65. 2 years later, on the 5th of January 1950, he died. The life of an international businessman, then. Nothing unusual, nothing particularly exciting. Had not John Rabe outgrown that mundane role for a period of 6 months, when he placed and often risked his life in the service of 250,000 Chinese? In the Memorial Hall of the city of Nanking there is a tablet erected in honor of his exemplary humanity. Those who may think humanity is unknown in China are wrong.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?